Yeah.
Are women destroying their own dating pool? So this is about the whole thing of how we had the least attractive characteristic of a guy is playing video games. Well, the most recent one is the least attractive characteristic of a guy is watching anime. That apparently they rather date someone who cheats on them 24/7 than date someone who happens to watch anime in their free time.
Welcome back to another Debunking video. What's that, Cora? You want them to like the video already? Oh, you also wanted me to tell them that YouTube memberships and Patreon memberships come with early access to videos and members-only lives? What can
Oh
I say?
yeah.
She's a smart cat. One thing Cora and I have noticed is that women are getting a lot pickier, aren't they? I mean, you can't escape it. It's the bar is in hell here. It's men ain't shit here. We've got ick lists. Have you seen the ick lists? Men can't ride bikes. They can't order girly drinks. They can't swim funny. They can't bowl funny. Every day online, it seems, I am warned as a woman that some tiny, superficial, almost meaningless trait is actually a deadly quality in a man that I need to avoid at all costs. And I get having high standards. I get having strong.
I don't know. I just think in general having like a list of the qualities you want in your partner is kind of weird and gross. I didn't have a list of what I look for in a partner. And guess what? I'm actually happily married. Every single person who has a list of what they want to see in their partner, somehow mysteriously they end up being single and miserable. I just want a woman who can beat me in an axe fight. It is weird and gross that stuff is the reason I remain alone because I do not got time to be judged for being myself. Yeah, no, I honestly I understand that. Like I understand that and I respect that. The thing is because if you have a list, it is a bit of a sign of a inability to change. I think it's something like deeper rooted. Like I agree that they don't want to change, but I think it's a telltale sign of people who they want to receive more than they want to give their partner. It's like people who just want to be pampered while not putting in any effort.
I think that people are allowed to have as high of standards for their own dating preferences as they want. I'm not telling you that you can't say that you need a 6 foot tall, well hung millionaire. I will say you might be culling your dating market herd expeditiously. I do fear
Yeah.
that a lot of these new standards, requirements, or ick lists are just things that are causing us to destroy our own dating pool. There are definitely very fair standards, like refusing to date a guy.
Getting a stable relationship these days is harder than getting a freaking stable job. So even when people do decide to go on a date, it feels like a freaking job interview. From what I hear, I haven't really been on any date for years. I don't want to die alone personally, but I don't believe I could be a good partner at this time. And that's okay. Not everyone is ready right out of the womb, ready for a relationship.
Guy who doesn't have a job, or refusing to date a girl who can't drive. I can understand not wanting to date a guy if he's obsessed with sports, if you hate sports. I can understand not wanting to date a woman who is obsessed with going out partying if you're a total introvert. But how many good men are we throwing right?
Yeah, but that's just called having traits that are attractive to you versus traits that are not attractive to you. It's a little bit different from having like a full blown list. It's just, okay, this is a turn off. Why would I date someone who has qualities that turn me off?
Right in the garbage over arbitrary bullshit that we.
Like for me, I wouldn't be able to be in a relationship with someone who thinks playing games is stupid. I wouldn't be able to. I would have to pretend to be someone I'm not. I wouldn't be like when it comes to anime, I don't need my partner to watch anime, but I also don't want them to judge me for enjoying anime. So it's like specific like criteria that are like mild and not mild, but it's not a list. It's more of a you kind of have to be on the same like wavelength to kind of understand each other.
heard from women online. Let me give you just one example of this.
The biggest red flag that you should ever have in a man is if he likes anime.
Why?
Anime as the biggest red flag.
That was my first thought. The biggest?
I know that it's not all women thinking as such because a lot of women are anime fans.
Yeah, we don't claim her.
It's just sad that a girl could find a guy that is perfect, that checks all the green boxes, but wouldn't give.
Can someone genuinely make sense to me what's so unattractive about liking anime? Zen doesn't really watch that much anime. So I'm the one getting him like anime, like sweatshirts and sweaters and stuff like that and t-shirts. What is wrong? Like, what is the turn off about anime? Someone explain to me. Yes, if the person watches like hentai all the time or like full blown like anime like my prison high school prison, and that's the only stuff they watch, yeah, that would be a little weird. I'm gonna be honest. But like in general, anime as a whole, what's wrong with it? The Funko Pops are the red flags. I have no clue. Yeah, I'm just so confused.
Give him the time of day because he loves anime. Because she considers that as the biggest red flag. Not him being a player, a cheater, a lying piece of shit.
This is just reminding me of the whole thing with when the whole gaming thing started happening. Women much rather their partners go out drinking with their friends, not knowing where they are, not knowing with whom they are, than them sitting at home in front of you playing games or spending time with them playing games. That kind of blew my mind. You were telling that you rather your boyfriend is out the whole day pissed drunk in some alley rather than hang out with him and play video games? That part made me wonder if they're the ones that want to get rid of them so they can do some sus shit.
Or him putting his hands on women in a violent way. Nah. He loves anime. That's a no-go.
Okay, the violent part is, I mean, you guys seen Book Talk? All I'm saying, FBI needs to look into it.
That's a red flag.
The creator who sent that to me is a guy named Greg Michaels. You should definitely go check him out. But really, we had the exact same reaction. Like, the biggest red flag, a guy's biggest red flag, you're saying, is if he likes anime. Some women out there, they truly have no sense of self-preservation whatsoever. To me, either I'm reading way too into this or I'm just good at pattern recognition, but she strikes me as the kind of person who learned very early on in life, probably because there was really no sense of urgency for her to do anything else, that being popular, being socially accepted is the number one most important thing above all else.
Okay, but like you can be bold. You can be popular and you can also not be a bitch. I talked about this quite often on this channel. I used to be in cheerleading. Then I was in like the school newspaper. Then I was in like the school body thing. But I also was watching anime and I was playing games. Like you don't have to remove one thing, have the other. You can have both. What you shouldn't be doing is be a bitch.
Above ensuring that a man has emotional stability, can control his temper and attitude even during hard times, is friendly and humble, and takes care of others. No, her number one priority is making sure that she is not seen with some weeb. Like, I'm sorry, but that's all it really comes down to, is that she was conditioned to believe that anybody who...
Speaking from personal experience with dating a weeb and a gamer, they're really freaky in the bed, in a good way.
watches anime is a nerd, an outcast, someone you just don't want to be seen with. She never grew out of that need to have these cliques and to attempt to be the queen bee of the cool girls. This is a person who established an us versus them at a very early age and is probably just never going to change. I can tell you this is certainly a person who has never actually gotten to know someone who likes anime. Or she's just universally recognized as such a judgmental person that the people in her life who do like anime would never talk to her about it. Because the only reason that anime used to be seen as nerdy or weird back in the day is because it wasn't widely circulated. It wasn't viral, it wasn't super popular, and so people just didn't.
No. These days, people are saying there's something wrong with anime is because they're gonna see like a specific kind of anime and just decide that this is all that anime is. They'll see one thing and they're like, it doesn't even have to be anime. Is it gonna be some random freaking cartoon? And they're like, okay, this is anime. I don't like it. You're weird for watching it. Grow up. Why are you watching cartoons? I've seen people have these conversations and it's pathetic.
Really understand it. Let's be honest, America was also really mad at Japan for a while. We know now that watching cartoons as adults is perfectly fine, and if we would have known it back then, we wouldn't have completely outcast those people. The only reason those people were outcast was because of people like the person who made this video, not because there's anything actually wrong with anime. Let's take a pretty well-known anime like Pokemon, for example. Talk about a show and a game that has united generations. People are already playing Pokemon with their kids. Where is the red flag there? You want to know something else funny? I bet you every gym crush she has ever had.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they do not even understand what is anime, what is cartoon, none of that. They see something, they see someone say something, and that's what they go with. And I'm like 99% sure she's gonna either mention Dragon Ball or Baki Hanma when it comes to like every guy that goes to the gym. I kid you not. Check the guys that go to gym to get pumped, or just ask them what is the favorite anime. Is gonna be most likely Dragon Ball, with some rarity Baki.
Has Dragon Ball Z music on their playlist while they're lifting.
There you go.
Now,
music.
because of some cultural differences, I can see how some people see anime as maybe being like more perverted than typical American cartoons. Fan service is a thing, but getting on a high horse about it and pretending like American culture is so much more morally.
I'm sorry, but American stuff, even the Hollywood family movies, I tried watching. I'm sorry, but when I watch a movie with a child or like my kid or my niece or something like that, I don't really feel comfortable with the actor just whipping out her tits and that being labeled as a family movie to watch with your kids. I'm not really comfortable with that, and that's why I switched to anime, because there's different kind of anime. There's anime that don't have all that kind of stuff with like jiggling tits and butts.
Superior and above that is delusional. Like, come on, we can be gross too. But more importantly, there is so much more to anime than that. There is probably an anime for every single interest out there in the world. You like to cook, there's
like, for example, I love straight throwing hands. So 2 years ago, I know I'm late on the boat. 2 years ago, I found Baki Hanma anime, and oh my god, I am obsessed. It's like straight hand. There's a little bit of story, a little bit like sappy story, but oh, it's just muscles and just crushing skulls and bones. Yes, yum. So yes, there's everything for everyone. I mean, for God's sake, there's an anime also about cooking, but when people test the food, it's so good they jizz in their pants. There's everything for everyone.
there's an anime for that. You like farming, there's an anime for that. Fashion, anime.
Yeah.
But really think about this. You have decided that the most dangerous and harmful quality that a man could possibly exhibit is being interested in a form of animation that can take on so many various shapes, sizes, worlds, and imaginations.
Huh?
That was the worst thing you could ever think of. And you might
Huh?
be thinking, well, when you phrase it like that, it doesn't sound so bad. Guess what? Because it's never been bad. What I described is what anime has always been. It's just so short-sighted and reductionist to automatically assume that anyone who likes anime must be nerdy or antisocial or
I remember when I was having a conversation with normies about anime, and I said like, "Oh yeah, I love anime. What anime are you watching?" And they're like, "I don't watch anime. Anime is just for perverts and people who constantly fantasize about doing it." It's like, what? They're like, "Yeah, like, don't you watch like anime with like the constantly like jiggling stuff and they're constantly rubbing against like what?" The the anime I just watched was literally about magical girls going into a battle royale and having to kill each other. I don't remember any of the jiggling. What? The weird accusations I heard from people who never watched anime is weird. They're self-reporting, pretty much, yeah.
or childish. Hayao Miyazaki's work, for example, is not only stunningly gorgeous with some of the
Mm-hmm.
most well-written characters you will ever see, but his work also focuses on compassion, community, resilience, and how our place in nature will be remembered. The reason so many athletes love the story of Naruto, for example, is because it focuses a lot on the bonds between rivals and teammates, as well as
Okay, I kind of blame Naruto for bringing normies into anime. A lot of normies got into anime when Naruto became a thing. So, also, not to piss anyone off, but to piss everyone off, I don't like Naruto. Ghibli doesn't count. A lot of people have problems with Ghibli too, though. Magical Girl with budget since when? No, no, the one I'm talking about is the Battle Royale Magical Girls, where they had to kill each other. So they went on like a murder spree, like slashing throats and crushing bones. That was interesting. It's a good anime.
things like forgiveness. One Piece is an amazing anime about pirates, which a lot of people treasure for all of their themes of loyalty, friendship, sacrifice. The art's cool, the storylines are great, but guess what? Anime is also good for the economy.
If I want to watch anime about friendship, I'm gonna watch Fairy Tail. That's literally the only theme there, friendship, and it's great.
Remember the Turkey-Syria earthquakes in 2023? Pokemon donated $5 million to restoration efforts.
Oh, I
The
didn't
creator
know
of
that.
One
That's
Piece,
pretty
Oda,
cool.
also donated $8 million to relief efforts.
Anime conventions have
That's
raised
impressive.
millions of dollars for hospitals and research as well. Yeah, I'm sorry, but my final response is that if you're gonna call a guy a red flag just for watching anime, that says way more about you than him. Saying it's the biggest red flag tells me that you care more about clout and image.
When someone says anime is the biggest red flag, I know for a fact that I need to block them. I need to change my phone number. I need to change my address because this is a mental case of a person that I need to stay the hell away because God knows what kind of shit that they're gonna come up with and drag me into it.
Than you do about sincerity, honesty, character. Anime fans are engaging with stories that talk about friendship, perseverance, and creativity. You're obsessing about how your boyfriend's hobbies are gonna look on your Instagram story. Which one of those is the real red flag? And like I always say, you're allowed to have whatever kind of preferences that you want for dating. If she doesn't like anime, she doesn't get it, it's not her thing, and she'd rather date someone with more common interests, that's fine. But
Exactly.
calling liking it the
Preference is one thing, but saying that a person is undateable for something, how do you know that? If you don't like it, doesn't mean another person is not gonna like it. Being in a happy relationship means you kind of have to have things in common that you can do together to enjoy each other's company. I don't understand this. This is so stupid.
biggest red flag is the thing that I just can't get past. You definitely don't have to date anybody who likes anime. It's just that why are you painting them to other people as people who are dangerous? When we have men, like Greg said, actually laying hands on women, emotionally harming them, cheating on them. You'd rather get cheated on than know that your man watched an episode of Fairy Tale? Honey, I'm home. Oh my God. Oh, thank God. That's just another woman in our bed. I thought you were reading Inuyasha.
I'm pretty sure there are people who actually do act like that.
Okay, time to go over our monthly bill. What is this? Oh, thank God, it's just a gambling addiction. I thought he was buying anime again. I'm just gonna check his drawers for something. Oh God. Oh, thank God, it's just a crack pipe. I thought it was manga. Do you hear how crazy that sounds?
To be fair, okay, that was really funny. And yes, that's like a good example of how unhinged those people sound. Okay, this channel is great. This channel is really good. Holy.
And again, like, maybe this is a good thing. I'm glad that she is letting this all be known so that people who like anime and are good men can just avoid that situation. But I do want to pose the question because I have my own theories. Do you think that there's a chance that her immediate judgment and dismissal of hobbies and interests that don't particularly align with her own are going to bleed negatively into other aspects of her dating life, even if they don't involve people who like anime? Because I myself definitely don't watch as much anime as my husband does, but if I were to hear someone making fun of someone else just for liking anime, I would think a lot less of that person. I
Yeah.
just think she's a bully who likes to pick on nerds. And
That's a good example. I think she's onto something with saying those people are bullies. Because even if you think back to like your school time, who were the people who had an issue with you watching anime or playing games? It was usually the bullies. So it's like people who never grew out of that high school mob mentality.
I don't think she realizes how much of the cool guys that she actually likes are secretly nerds. I think this take is going to come back and bite her hard. But what do you guys think? Do you think there's any truth to there being red flags behind
No.
people who really like anime? How would you feel if one of your friends or someone you knew had this opinion? Have you ever had a potential partner say something like this to you? I want to know what you guys.
Oh, I did. I did. I had a person tell me once that there's something wrong with me because I like anime, but then the person started watching anime too and was asking me to recommend stuff and educate on anime so they could get some social media brownie points. That was super freaking weird. Watching anime is a slippery slope. What's next? Watching VTubers for fuck's sake. Oh, you guys are cooked, huh?
Think about this one. It made me a little bit mad, but you tell me what you think. If you enjoyed my commentary, please like the video, subscribe to my channel for more, and you can even turn on the notification bell if you want some alerts on when I go live. All right,
Oh shit.
that's about all I've got for you today. Bye!
Okay, that was unintentional. I did not know I'm gonna pause it perfectly on a Naruto run. The timing, I love it. Okay, I'm gonna check out this channel way more. She's awesome, and from what I heard, she's also a mom. So she's a married mom. She has humor. She likes anime. I'm gonna check out her channel way more. This was amazing.